So we are going to look at security breach impacts. Impacts of a security incident may be wide-ranging depending on the nature of the incident and the type of organization affected. We can categorize the potential impacts of a security incident using the same categories that businesses generally use to describe any type of risk. For example, financial, reputational, strategic, operation, and compliance risks. So let's explore each of these risk categories in greater detail. Financial risk. As the name implies, the risk of monetary damage to the organization as a result of a data breach. This may be very direct financial damage, such as the cost of rebuilding a data center after it's physically destroyed, or the cost of contracting experts for incident response and forensic analysis services. Financial risk may also be indirect and come as a second-order consequence of the breach. For example, if an employee loses a laptop containing plans of a new product, the organization suffers direct financial damages of a few $1,000 from the loss of the physical laptop. However, the indirect financial damage may become even more severe as competitors may gain hold of those product plans and beat the organization to market, resulting in potentially significant significant revenue loss if the laptop lost goes into the hands of a competitor. We shall also look at reputational risk, which occurs when the negative publicity surrounding a security breach causes loss of goodwill among customers, employees, suppliers, and other stakeholders. It is often difficult to quantify reputational damage, as these stakeholders may not come out and directly say they are, or they will reduce or eliminate their volume of business with the organization as a result of the security breach. But however, the breach may still have impact on their future decisions about doing business with the organization. So whenever these employees or customers or stakeholders will want to do business with our organization, they will keep having that in mind, that this organization has ever lost our data. So it will reduce the business sooner or later. Next, we can look at a strategic risk, which is the risk that an organization will become less effective in meeting its major goals and objectives as a result of the breach. Let's consider again the example of an employee losing a laptop that contains a new product development plans. This incident may pose a risk to the organization in two different ways. First, if the organization does not have any other copy of the plans, they may be unable to bring the new product to market, or may suffer significant product development delays. Second, if the competitors gain access to those plans, they may be able to bring the competing products to market more quickly, or even beat the organization to market, gaining first mover advantage. Both of these effects demonstrate strategic risk to the organization's ability to carry out its business plans. Next, we shall look at the operational risk. So, operational risk is the organization's ability to carry out its day-to-day functions. So operational risks may slow down the business processes, delivery of customer orders, or require the implementation of time-consuming manual work where it would have been automated. But we must differentiate between operational risk and strategic risks because they are closely related. So it might be difficult to distinguish between them. Think about the difference in terms of the nature and the degree of the impact to the organization. If a risk threatens the very existence of the organization or the ability of the organization to execute its business plans, that is a strategic risk that seriously jeopardizes the organization's ongoing viability. On the other hand, if the risk only causes inefficiency and delay within the organization, it fits better into the operational risk category. Next, we shall look at compliance risk. Compliance risk occurs when a security breach causes an organization not to follow the legal or regulatory requirements. Organizations face many different types of compliance risks today. In the current regulatory landscape, the nature of these risks depends on the jurisdiction of where the organization operates, the industry that the organization functions within, and the types of data that the organization handles. So we shall discuss more details about compliance risks later on in this exam prep. So, risks often overlap and they cross categories. So you shouldn't feel like you need to put every risk into one and only one of these categories. In most cases, a risk will cross multiple risk categories. For example, if an organization suffers a data breach that exposes customer personally identifiable information to unknown individuals, the organization will likely suffer reputational damage due to negative media coverage. However, the organization may also suffer financial damage. Some of the financial damage may even come in the form of lost business due to reputation damage. Other financial damage may come as a consequence of compliance risk if the regulators impose fines on the organization. Still, more financial damage may occur as a direct result of the breach, as the costs of associated with providing customers with identity protection services and notifying them about the breach. So let's not try to put each and every risk into one risk category. No, they can cut across. Thank you.